And I started the show with one of the classic introductions, which is this. There it is there. You know what that is? That's the Toronto, Canada, Toronto Airport call sign in Morse code. And when they heard it, Alex Lyson, the guitarist, was going for his pilot license and he was flying in, and you have to do that, sort of Toronto International Airport. And they said, what a great rhythm, let's use it. And it became YYZ, because that's the code. YYZ, I'll read it. YYZ is the airport identification code of Toronto Pearson International Airport near Rush's hometown. There it is. There it is there. And the thing about that, and this is what I'll finish off with, because I am running out of tape and time, is the fact is that every time they heard that, they loved it because they knew they were home. There's that. That's the call sign for their hometown. And let's send him home. I'm going to do this now. Maybe I won't do that one. I'll leave that. Now I've got this. I've got this from Ghost Rider. This book. Take care. Okay? This is my dedication to Neil Peart. Really hard to do this, but I found joy in it. It's beautiful, what he's left us. So I'm going to leave you with this. Don't forget that. He's home.
Chapter 3, North to Inuvik. The point of the journey is not to arrive. Anything can happen. Prime Mover, 1987. Parking my motorcycle in front of a motel at the end of a long day on the road could certainly be sweet, like finally exhaling a breath I had been holding all day. But best of all was setting out in the morning. Whatever torments the night had brought, whatever weather the new day threw at me, when I loaded up the bike and swung my leg over the saddle, my whole perspective changed. Focus tightened into the mechanics and mentality of operating the machine, and awareness contracted to that demanding paradigm. Then, as I let in the clutch and turned the throttle, my worldview expanded as I moved into a whole new paradigm of landscapes, highways, and wildlife. Infinite possibilities. Travel writers often feel compelled to try to explain and justify the difference between being a tourist and being a traveler. They cite the etymology of travel in the French word travail, labor, and point out that any independent journey outside the well-worn tourist routes requires extreme will and endurance simply to keep moving forward. One of the most indefatigable of serious travelers, Paul Theroux, explains that after one of his journeys, he hasn't had a vacation, he needs a vacation. But for most of his readers, the armchair travelers, it's only the vicarious, pristine experience they want to share, not the unhygienic, exhausting reality. So many people feel trapped in the workaday predictability of their lives, and their frustrations and dissatisfactions can be simultaneously stimulated and soothed by a non-specific fantasy of getting away. But like all fantasies, this dream vision remained free of consequences, and that alone was the deep, cold distinction between fantasy and reality. No consequences. Watching a movie or reading a novel might make you feel sad or frightened or inspired, but at the end of that experience, nothing has actually happened in your life. The experiences of real life were not like that, as I had certainly come to know. The fantasy image of a free spirit drifting without care or effort through some IMAX movie of breathtaking scenery not only ignored the darker possibilities, breakdown, accident, injury, death, it also omitted the simple joy killers of bad weather, indigestion, toothache, or diesel in your fuel tank. Anything can happen, and scenery is never neutral. So if I always felt a quiet thrill as I set off into the mysteries of a new day, it was often tempered by such realities, both potential and immediate. Leaving Muncho Lake before 6 o'clock on a chilly, overcast morning, for example, the danger was potential, but the cold was immediate. I wore my full foul-weather outfit of long underwear, under the armored leather suit, heated vest and hand grips on full, thin balaclava under my full-face helmet, and the plastic rain suit over it all to help shield me from the cruel wind. A different journey was beginning as I left behind the relatively secure environment of highways and cities and struck off into remote areas of rough roads and widely scattered little settlements. From that day on, I felt less like a traveler and more like an adventurer, or misadventurer, for I was very much aware that out here the consequences of pilot error or accident were increasingly severe. Fear was my co-pilot, and there was much to worry about now, in both imagination and reality.